Hmm. So, would you also agree that the Malayalam film industry has had a lukewarm first quarter of 2025? Let's discuss it. Hi, guys, this is Farad, and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now. And as a video ritual, remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And today, this is a special video that I thought, let's put it out on the last day of March, the last day of the quarter of 2025 with respect to the Malayalam film industry. And I was going through the names just before the video, and I couldn't help but think that, the quarter has been a little bit lukewarm. Now, if I have to directly compare it with the first quarter of 2024, I think that would again be a very unfair comparison, so to say, because 2024 was a phenomenal year. You cannot regularly replicate the success of the year 2024 every time. And I think that is the rider year. But if I have to directly compare some of the films that came out in 2024, the Malayalam films were Atom, I think that came out in Jan. I think there was another film, Malai Kotte Valiban, which also came out in Jan. It was again an unpopular opinion. Then came Premalu, then came Brahmyugam, Anveshippan Kanditam. If my memory jogs right, even the Goat Life ended the quarter on a high. So you see how many excellent films were there, in the first quarter. As compared to that, step by step, if I have to go in the month of Jan, after, remember, this is coming, the Malayalam film industry is coming out of a high, and I'm not talking about only numbers here. Numbers is one thing, but I'm talking about the quality of content here. Numbers is one thing, let's put that aside. Us cinephiles do not really need to be concerned about which film has made how much number. Just talk about the quality of the product. So when you come in Jan, and it had come on the back of films like, say, Marco, or the Rifle Club, a little aberration with Barrows in the last week of December, but nevertheless, it was still a wonderful December that was there. And when we came to Jan, the films that I am looking at is Identity. First, I think the first weekend had Identity, which was the Tomino Thomas starrer. Now, when I actually happened to watch Identity much later, I think it came at the end of the month that I watched it in Jan. I wasn't too happy with the film. It was pretty average for me. It was mixing and matching genres, which did not allow me to sink my teeth into the drama. It wasn't a one tonality kind of a film which was there, which really made a mess of things. And I think from the makers of Forensic, this was absolutely a washout for me as far as I was concerned. Identity I did not like. But in the immediate next week, which was there, this was one of the films that I really love from the Malayalam film industry. It was Rekha Chitram, starring, Thriller Ali. As I say, the Thriller Ali streak had started, after amazing films like, Kishkinda Kandam or Level Cross or even Talavan, all these, thrillers that were there in the Asif Ali filmology, you actually thought, Rekha Chitram also can be added to that, and it had a wonderful reference to a Mammootty film from 1985. So Rekha Chitram actually was a very impressive film. I had absolutely loved the film, and Rekha Chitram for me, I would say, was one of the best films of Malayalam in the first quarter. I would say it was one of the best films, and it had the Malayalam film industry off to a flyer, I would say, because you were just in the second Friday of January. Then came Praveen Kodu Shappu. I think I have not watched that film yet, so it's coming on April 11th on Sony Live. I'll be covering that, but it is just one film that made a little noise but did not make any splash as such. Then came the big Malayalam film which was there in Jan, just to cap off Jan, which is Dominic and the Lady's Purse. And when it is a Mammootty film that comes, you absolutely are looking forward to it because of the quality that you would associate with a Mammootty film. This film was good, but not great, I would say. It was still a good watch for me as far as that's concerned. I'd given a positive review on the channel as well. I thought it did shine really in moments. There were a few flaws, but it was still a good watch. But it wasn't of the standard of Mammootty. I mean, it's like a catch-22 for Mammootty at the moment, that the standards are so high that he has set for himself that even a decently good product would actually fall in a lesser, category. So Dominic and the Ladies Purse for me was a good watch, not a great watch. So the Jan, all the releases, the 4 releases of Jan, just for simply only one film to show. As far as even the numbers are concerned, if I have to talk about the numbers, only Rekha Chitram worked, I think. None of the other 3 worked. Even Dominic and the Ladies Purse did not recover money. So I mean, from the quality perspective also, I think Rekha Chitram was that one film that stood out. In Feb, there were 2 films that stood out. 2 wonderful films. One of them a lot talked about. One of them absolutely not talked about. And I think that was the kind of a bummer for me, that why is this film not being talked about. And that film I'm taking a little ahead, which is Narayanan Ninte Munnal Munnan Makkal, Narayanan Ninte Munnan Makkal. I have my diary, in case you're wondering where I'm looking down. So I have a diary in front of me. So I think that was a wonderful, nuanced film, which you generally do not see as far as the Malayalam film industry is concerned. And that for me, was a refreshing change from the thriller streak that was going on from the other films. If I were to look at the release from Jan, Identity was a thriller, Rekha Chitram was a thriller, Praveen Akudu I think is also a thriller, Dominic and the Ladies Purse is also a thriller. There's a little bit of mystery in each of these films, but it's largely a thriller. And so Narayanan Ninte Munnan Makkal was actually a genre different film. It was like a different film that actually showcased some nuanced relationships or the dynamics between the two. And I think that for me was a winner. Unfortunately, there was not much noise about the film, because if there was some noise, I would have probably watched it in a theater. I don't even know whether it is released here in Bombay or not in Feb. Probably not, otherwise I probably would have known, but there was absolutely no noise, and I just stumbled upon it on OTT to actually watch the film, and it was a wonderful watch. I think I really hope that the film reaches better heights with that little bit of buzz that we are creating on this channel. We should be proud. The other film was that one film that actually worked, and these are only the films that I am watching. Praveena Kodu Shappu was a famous film that I missed out, which is why I covered it. Otherwise, there are other films that may have come and gone, but I have not watched it. So, just a disclaimer, just to proceed with the video, that I haven't, watched those films. I think there was a Valentine's Day release also, as far as I remember, but I haven't watched it, so I haven't covered it. It's not in my list, and it didn't make a buzz as well here where I'm sitting in Bombay. Anyway, the film that did make the buzz in Feb was Officer on Duty, the Shahir Kabir written film Officer on Duty, starring Kunchako Boban. I think it was a wonderful, exhilarating ride. Again, in the thriller genre, if I would have to say, I have to make another video on that then because of that. But Officer on Duty still was a very well-made film. The Jakes Bijoy BGM which was there, that elevated the drama, and the villains, although not all characters were well fleshed out, I would say, but it still made for a very powerful watch. I love the film, and it actually restored my faith a little in the industry that was dwindling in terms of content. The content wasn't as regular as it was in 2024, and I think Officer on Duty just about changed that to cap off Feb, the month of Feb. March was largely a lull period, and I had said this on the channel as well, that it's such a lull period. You aren't really, what do you say? There are no much releases of worthy, coming, and so all eyes are on Empuran. And I had also said in my review, in the preview of Empuran, when I had watched Lucifer, I had rewatched Lucifer as well, that all eyes are on Empuran because it's a very expensive film, and so it needs that pan-India support, to do it. I'm talking a little numbers here, I'm putting the quality of the product I'll discuss a little later, and a little bit of the controversy which is going on as well. I'll touch upon that as well. But Empuran worked well in the state of Kerala, but outside Kerala it did not work. The Hindi version is, almost going to have a lifetime of only 2 crores, and that is, the bummed up penetration as far as the Malayalam films are concerned. Coming to this film, though, I really liked the film. I was one of the few that did like the film. It wasn't a knockout as far as I was concerned. There were, the commercial tropes, the stereotypes that were there, the slow motion shots. The finale was pretty straightforward and pretty, you can say, convenient as far as I was concerned. Yeah, but I did like the film, and I think one thing that I had noted during the film was I think it's only the Malayalam film industry who's actually, challenging a certain kind of a political landscape through its films. Even some of his earlier films like Pada or Nayattu, those went, tasteless because the Hindi dub of those films weren't, available. This, though, was a pan-India film, and so the reach of the film was a little more, the stakes were a little high because it was an expensive film, and so it had to undergo censor cuts, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. If the film is censored, you do not need to cut it again, and if you're cutting it, then I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I think that's something, there must be some reason to the makers, but as far as I'm concerned, censorship should be absolutely no, especially when you've also received the certificate. It's not as if your film is releasing without a certificate. There's another film, Santosh, that has been banned by the censors. Imagine that. It's been banned in India because of its content, and I had watched that in a film festival. It was the Mami that I watched it, and I had absolutely loved that film as well. I'm just going on a rant on the censorship, let's put that aside. But just to cap off the quarter, Empuran did bring some cheers to the industry, but it was not an absolute knockout because the reviews still, I would say, were mixed, largely mixed. I was on the positive side of things because I loved the film. Most parts of the film, I would say it was not a knockout for me also, but I did like it. So if I have to just clearly state the winners in the first quarter, it would be probably Rekha Chitram and Officer on Duty and Narayanan Ninte Munnan Makkal. These three films for me were, I think, knockout films out of the 6 films that I had watched, and some consolations. A Mammootty film and a Mohanlal film did not make it to the top 3. I think that tells you a story of the quarter that was from the Malayalam film industry, which kind of was a lukewarm start, I would say. Still a long way to go in the year, still 9 months to go. It's okay, but I think the start was a little lukewarm, and I think it's again one of those also feelings where the standards of the industry are so high that you actually feel that anything a little less, you feel a little bit, it's in the lukewarm category. It's not the warm category that was there in 2024. And there was this one film also that was to release. Imagine you would had a second Mohanlal film in that same quarter, which is Tundaram, and that was to release in January as well. Imagine Mohanlal and a Mammootty film coming in consecutive weeks, and that film got pushed back, so it's hopefully going to release probably in May. But then the second quarter is looking promising here, already looking promising with films like Bazooka. There's another Alappal Gymkhana, if I'm not wrong. There's another Basil Joseph film as well. On Vishu, all 3 are coming out. It's looking promising. But I'm just want the industry to prosper. So given that, keeping that in mind, I would say that it's a fair assessment for me to say that the first quarter has been a little lukewarm for the Malayalam film industry. You need to share your thoughts as well on what did you make of it. Were you happy with the quality of films? I think we can put the box office numbers aside for a minute. You don't need to really judge. Yes, there was a news that had come out that the industry is bleeding, and only Officer on Duty before Empuran, only Officer on Duty had made some money in the month of Feb, and all others had tanked. Let's put the numbers aside. Let's talk quality. Let's talk quality of films in the comments. which were your films that were favorite in the comments. Let me know in the first quarter of 2025 as far as the Malayalam film industry is concerned. Were they, were you happy with the quality of films? Anything you can chime in your views as well. These are my personal views. These are the films that I have watched, by the way. As I said, just a reminder, there are few that I haven't covered up and I'll cover when they come on OTT. But let me know if there are any films that I need to, keep my eye on. Also, if you're liking this video, remember to smash that like button, comment on the video. Liking, commenting also fuels the YouTube algorithm. You can share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel. Let's grow this Digi family together. Also, I have put up all latest reviews of all latest films on my site, Popcorn Reviews with the double S, link of which is in the description box below. You need to visit my site and you can read the review in your language. Remember, Popcorn Reviews is with a double S at the end. Also, follow me in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I did not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site and on my social media handles. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.